Hi guys, in this video I am just doing this video right now. I am doing a port replacement, so I actually have the spare part. So I already installed a new board with the charging port and everything, but then I noticed that we were getting some charge problems. It was still not charging. This ribbon needs to go here, and what I noticed is that we have a capacitor that is shorted to ground. So this one is shorted to ground. I removed it, and just where the charge is coming here, we have a capacitor right here that is shorted to ground. We have a capacitor right here that is shorted to ground, so I removed it. So to actually test the shorted capacitor, if you put your meter on the continuity mode, and I'm actually trying to do this with one hand, and you put the probe to the end of the capacitor, you should hear a song. So you should hear that song, right? So if it happens that when you do your test, you put one of the probed on ground, right, and then you will test the ground area. That one is the ground, right? This one is the ground, and this one is the positive side. You shouldn't hear any beep on the positive side. If it happens that you're hearing beep, you can remove the capacitor from the socket and test it separately to make sure that this is the bad component. If you have a reel of capacitors, one capacitor could short out an entire reel. So normally you have to test them one by one. You can use a voltage injection tool to show you which one is the bad one, or you can start removing one at a time to get the bad one. So far I've done this repaired on a Samsung tablet similar to this before. One of the Samsung series, but it's not this line of tab, and this was the defective capacitor. So I've done this before. These capacitors are quite bigger than usual, so I was hunting, looking to see where I can get one of those from, and I have this video card that I'm going to take it from. So what we have here, we have these ones. I think they're a little bit bigger. However, but I think that we should get a capacitor on this board that can match that one. So once I locate one of them, we are going to switch it, and we're going to see if we can get this tablet charging. So yeah, you can see the blank space right here for the capacitor right here. So we had to solder that in there and get this thing working. So I just removed the capacitor from here, 450 degrees. So guys, and I tested it before I removed it to ensure that hey, it's good. So what we're going to do here, we're going to put this in place, and we're going to try and solder it, right? I did not expect to do this as a tutorial or anything like that, but it's still good general knowledge. So I put the cap in place, and then we're just gonna try and use some hot air and solder it. So that's what we're gonna do, use some hot air, solder it, and see we get this tablet to charge. As soon as you have to say, once the charge comes in here, then you have the connector here, you have the strip, the charge come right here, and then this is the first cap it's going to meet. So therefore, if you have a problem with your charging port, something goes bad, and maybe some of the pins in the port touch together or something, it can cause one of the component to damage, right? It may not cause any component on this board to damage, but it can cause something on the main board. However, I'm going to put that on and then we're going to do a test. So okay guys, that proves that the tablet is now charging, and we replaced the same capacitor that is on this ribbon here. We replaced the same capacitor there. So let me spot some light over here, and everything is actually working. I tested for short, there's no short circuit or anything. So guys, what I am going to do now, I am going to connect the screen so you guys can see that it is actually charging. But I show you earlier on my meter that we are getting amps, we are getting voltage, and everything is legit. So it's the moment of truth guys. As you can see, the screen lights up and it is actually charging. So yeah, although we did a charging port replacement guys, we had a short circuit on the motherboard and we still were not getting any charge, and as you can see it's charging now. I am going to give it a 5% before I put the entire tablet up. And if it happens that you replace your charging port in the future, and you're experiencing a no charge issue, then check around on the motherboard, see if it's a MOSFET, a resistor, a capacitor, and see how you can go about fixing it. So I hope that this was helpful. If it was, do like, share, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, I just showed you clips of this one. It was not a full tutorial as to how to take down the tablet apart, but this one is a SM T515. It was not charging, and after changing the port it still was not charging. We had a bad capacitor. So yeah.